In this video, I'm going to be talking about an app that I created for eBay so that I could create listings automatically. But before we get into that, my name is Eddie Cespedes. This is my $1 million diary where I document my journey to $1 million in net worth. Currently, my net worth is 421,000. So we are almost halfway there, and that is the next milestone. And so here we have the app. So it's pretty simple. It says, "Good afternoon, Eddie. Here's what's moving, blah, blah, blah." Now, I created this using Claude, and then I used NAN to create the workflow. I, it took me probably about a month to finish and another couple of weeks to tweak. I think right now it's viable, so I can use it. It still has some quirks, but for what I need it for, I think it's completely perfect. So over here is you guys can see it says all active and in review. So the way this app works is that I can go down here and I can right there. This is I'll just show an example. So we hit add. If I also have this on my phone. I really only use this for my phone. I never use this out of my laptop. So I'll hit add, and then it opens my documents. And so I got some pictures here that I was using to experiment with it. So these aren't any, like, I don't have any of these products, but yeah, we'll use as an example. We'll take this messy ball. These are pictures that I got off of Amazon, and here it is. So they get put right over here. I can also decide to, so this is to create one listing. I can switch it over to create multiple, and then it lets me list up to 5 at the same time. So to do this real quick, so it says you can just upload the pictures and then hit appraise item, and then it'll create the listing automatically. But in case you want to add some extra quick notes, like just real simple notes, typically I like to add the condition, but the AI, when you submit the pictures, will actually look through them, and it'll determine the condition from the picture. But just if you want to be sure, you can write the condition through here. I'm saying you guys like I'm selling this, but me, so I can write the condition here. Typically, that's what I do. So for this example, um, I won't do anything. So I got the 3 pictures up there. I hit appraise item, and then here we go. So it does take a little bit to go through the workflow. Hopefully, I have credits because I've been using other apps, so I typically only use $5 at a time for Claude. So the AI that I use is Claude with this app, and the downside is that when my credits hit 0, the app won't spin. So here we go. So there it is. It went through the whole workflow, and here is the listing. So the way I made this work was that um, I had to create a I had to add a mechanism to the workflow where it wouldn't list it to eBay automatically, because when I started building this initially, the way the API key for eBay, the way it works is that once you like, there's no drafts, because what I wanted to do was create my listings, have them go to drafts, and then I can review them and then post them whenever I want. But eBay doesn't allow that. So when you use the API, it goes straight to your listings, and I didn't want that. So I had to create a kind of limbo in the workflow where the listing is created, and before it gets posted to eBay, it goes to in review. So what I typically do is I make all my listings, and then I go to in review, and here it is. I review it. If it looks good, then I hit publish. If not, then I go over here and I change things. So let's say this ball, to be honest, I don't know how much this ball goes for. The pricing does need to be checked. So this one uses Sonnet. I think it uses Sonnet. No, it actually, I think this uses the Haiku. So I think it uses the cheapest one. I'm not sure which one I'm using. I think I'm using Haiku. So the everything here is good, right? So the condition, it decided it was used. Yeah, I'm definitely using Haiku. because Sonnet would have put brand new. So yeah, that's probably why I always add using Sonnet. The reason I decided to use Sonnet is because it's a whole lot cheaper. The way these listings were costing me, it was almost, I think, about 10 to 15 cents, depending on how many photos I upload with the listing. So the more photos I add, the more it costs. But I use Claude for this. The more listings I put, I think it creates a catch, and then it actually gets cheaper with each listing. But still, 10 to 15 cents is a lot. So with Haiku, I think I got it down to about 6 to 7 cents. And the only reason I use Haiku is because at least this my bottleneck is that there are certain items, especially since I deal with a lot of items that are sometimes in bad condition and I had to restore them. It takes it's sometimes hard for me to, like, there's certain listings that it's just hard for me to list. Like, it's hard for me to come up with a description. I really hate doing descriptions. And then I gotta do the price research, which I do this regardless. So I could do this on every listing. It's not that big of a deal. But the item specifics on eBay, that whole new category where you gotta add the item specifics, and I think this is new for this year, really annoys me to no end. So so it's really hard for me to there's certain items that it's just hard for me to list, and then there's other items that I'm familiar with, and those I could just do by myself. Those I still do the manual way, where I just create listing, upload photos on my phone, and then I write the description. I do all of those myself. But for when I have a lot of inventory sitting there and it's just a bunch of, like, my death pile, I'll say. So for the death pile, this actually works really good. You would just change the pricing. So let's say, to be honest, I think this ball actually goes. You know what? I'm curious. How much does this ball go for? You know what? It actually goes for $24, 24.99. Okay, so that's not bad. The pricing is actually pretty good. It said 22 for something that's used, and I mean it looks fairly new, like new. So 22 is actually not a bad price comp when the price of this ball is 25. So again, like I said, it's got its little quirks. So actually, I'll just leave it at 22. So that's a pretty good price. And then functions as intended, no visible defects, cuffs where a marked ball appears unused or minimally used. So in other words, they put used. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I added a quirk to to this app where if I don't put brand new, the it's always gonna say used because it tries to go with the safest bet. So it is supposed to say used unless I put brand new. So that's on me. But for the description, it'll say, it basically looks brand new, minimally used or unused. And then it's got the descriptions already in here. And I know eBay has a whole lot more descriptions, but I think these are really like the main ones. And actually, I take that back. Um, the item specifics, I think they change. I'm not sure. With the item. So depending on the item specifics will be different because some items have, like, have more or less item specifics. And then the description official. So eBay's AI is terrible. So nobody likes to use their AIs for the description. It just, like, sounds weird. So this one is kind of more factual. Where, okay, official Argentina national football team, Messi number 10, size 5, soccer ball, manufactured by Icon Sports, machine stitched synthetic leather construction with the official FAA crest and 3 stars representing Argentina's World Cup victories, designed for outdoor play and suitable for competitive and recreational use. This ball celebrates Lionel Messi's iconic jersey number 10 for the Argentina national team. This is actually how I would write a description, actually. Like, this is pretty much how I would write it, but you can always prompt the AI a different way. Um, and then it has a estimated for the shipping weight, so 1.5, and then box sizes are done. The AI does it searches the internet for uh, comps, and then it tries to create a shipping profile for that item based on what it finds. So just for me, I always like to overestimate because I've gotten burned by shipping before. So I think I have it set so that it overestimates. Because 10, 10, 10, yeah, I'm pretty sure the soccer ball will fit here. Right, 10 inches. Nah, no, actually, I don't think it would. So, yeah, I just do 12, 12. Oops, 12. So I would just do this, right? And that's it right there. So this is what it looks like, right? I upload the pictures. Also, if I create a listing, I could choose to upload photos, or at least in my phone, I don't know if it showed here. I can go and hit. I can just have it automatically open the camera. So on my phone, and I can just open the camera, take the pictures, and then go through this whole process. And then I hit publish, or in this case, I'll hit save for later. And then the place where it goes on a Google spreadsheet, all of this stuff. So I mean, yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the app. It's pretty simple. You just upload pictures or take pictures with your phone. You push a button, it creates the listing for you. You review it, you change whatever you want to change, and then you hit publish, and it goes directly to my eBay. So this has really helped me with actually uh, I've been using it a lot this month because I haven't really been posting a whole lot. Like I haven't been focusing on eBay this month, but that's a different story. So yeah, but a lot of the listings, I think I don't know, I've used it for a lot of listings, and a lot of them have actually sold, which lets me know that this does work. So I mean, even though it does have its quirks, it still does get the job done. Now the thing is, if I want to edit the listings, eBay's API won't let you list through the eBay app. So if I list through this app, I have to go and edit through this app through the API. I've tried editing through the app, and then I get this error message that's something about API or whatever. So the same way that I list it is how I have to edit it. The this then I guess if anybody takes anything from this video, so if you're trying to create something like this, just know that. So you're gonna have to add a workflow that allows you to edit, and that also took me about like another day, and it's probably took me a couple days actually. And last thing before I go, so whenever I create a listing, it goes to the spreadsheet. So ID one, if I create 5 listings, it'll be a 5. If I create 2, it'll be a 2. I don't know why, but anyway, status is review, which means it hasn't been posted yet. Whenever I do post it to my eBay, it'll say posted. So the listings will sit right here. Whenever I hit post, it'll complete all of this. Like the title right here of the listing will show, and then the school number gets added automatically. And this whole spreadsheet, if I want to delete a listing, I have to go to the spreadsheet and then clear it out manually. I can't delete it. Can I? No. So I can't, if I delete the listing on the eBay app, it will still show in my app. The only way I can clear my app is by clearing the spreadsheet, and this is done through Google Docs. Um, and then lastly, the last thing I wanted to say before I go was, even though I can't edit my listings that I create with my app through the eBay app, I can always list through my app, and then I can go to the eBay app. I can end the listing, and then I can list similar and still use the same pictures and use all of that stuff. So for me, really, once I create a listing after 30 days, I'll end the listing, and then I'll just list one similar. All of the specifics and everything is still there. If I want to tweak it, then I just tweak it through the app. So once I actually list, I always go back to this spreadsheet, and I just clear everything out because it doesn't really matter to me. After that point, once it's on eBay, I'm good, and I just delete it. If I ever need to edit it, I typically just wait the 29 days or 30 days right before it expires and list similar. And then from that point forward, I deal with everything through the eBay app. So thank you guys for watching, and until next